Second half action about to get underway here from the Lad Peebles Stadium, the big famous tower in the background, those towers at Lad Peebles. Have you ever been to the Lad Peebles? I've been one time. I saw the GMAC Bowl. In fact, the only bowl I went to. But I want to go to my second bowl. I want to go to a Pop-Tart Bowl in Orlando after the fun that was last season. But I've only been to one bowl game, GMAC Bowl, Troy in Central Michigan. But I have been to the Lad Peebles, and here we are. Even #1 in the nation can't get the people to come out for this one. Bill Bradford, though, he's really trying to get his stamp there of kick return duty. Glad to have you back, 16-7. It has been another bit of struggle for the offense for #1 Utah as we are on the road here against the Jaguars of South Alabama. So Bill Bradford, who's had a significantly good game compared to what he had done early on this season, still surprisingly a top-ranked Heisman candidate. Of course, we do a post-game show for our Patreon members where we go through all the Heisman rankings, the stats. We look at upsets in the top 25. We look at conference standings and preview players of the week, bowl selection shows, all that stuff. Patreon.com/TBSports27 if you guys want to get in on the action. We also look at recruiting. I will say we're not going as in-depth this go-round since we are planning on retiring Coach TB Sports from this game after 2 years and hopefully moving on to the new game if it's good. If the game's terrible, if it's not good, I'm just going to go play NCAA 08. I'm going to go play an old game because the old games are getting a lot of hits. Recently, my NCAA 08 video that we played with SK Money went up on YouTube, and it's gotten really good viewership. The numbers have been very, very good, so it continues to remain to be seen that Jason Newton, nice catch, that you guys, at least on YouTube, you guys really like the old content. 2K5 has done really good, NCAA 08 has done really good, and then the newer games like Super Mario Wonder, not doing good numbers. So I've done other games like I've done Pokemon games the day they came out, and Pokemon Violet, Pokemon Arceus, and like no numbers, no viewership. But then the older games you guys are all about, so almost kind of leaning towards just playing NCAA 08, just saying forget the new game. But we'll see what it's like when it comes out. We'll take a gander at it, see what it looks like, see if we want to play it here on the channel or not. But I'm definitely going to be looking at other folks' content to see what the game looks like. Cross. Oh my goodness, unleashed it at the last minute into the turf. Third down and 5. Now, of course, many of you are going to be watching this on YouTube, and you're probably going to be wondering, well, that game's already out. I feel like I almost have to repeat it in every stream, but we do these live on Twitch. We are streaming this episode on February 28th. So we're still a little ways away from the new college football game coming out, where by the time you're watching this on YouTube, college football game is already going to be coming out. Those opinions are already going to be out there. So if you want to see everything early, you want to join us on Twitch because we stream everything early before it comes out on YouTube. If you can't be with us live on Twitch, patreon.com/TBSports27 is where you want to be because we upload everything early, ad-free, and months ahead of schedule. And we're going to be off for a couple of weeks coming up here. We're going to be out of the country, long gone. So that is going to be the best place to catch TB Sports action. While I'm away, I'm going to try to get some of those archived episodes, the Michael Jordan's playing in today's NBA, Peyton Manning on the Arizona Cardinals, the Savannah State joining FBS, try to get some of those Boise State and the Southeast Conference, try to get some of those episodes up on Patreon while we are gone. So make sure you guys check out Patreon if you want to get your TB Sports content while we are out of commission here. We got a replay. Another video review. South Alabama had one earlier. I think that's a good catch. Forget about it. He had 2 feet down. What are they even reviewing? That is good to go. Troy in Louisiana Monroe. Louisiana Monroe mentioned right here. Big win there. You guys watch K-On? Pretty good show. 19-7. Still a ball game here in the rain. Oh, we almost had Archie. He almost jumped outside. Oh my goodness, is that inter? No. They're going to say incomplete. Sam Harris did not get the feet down. Boy, how close was that, though? 3rd and 7. South Alabama not putting it on the defense. It was on the offense, giving up back-to-back turnovers. But South Alabama putting the first points on the board against this Utah defense in multiple quarters. And Lee is going to go down on the scramble. Didn't get too far on it. Brandon Charles brings him down. So that's going to be the story. You want to talk about defense wins championships this season? It's going to be about the defense. I mean, this is, I think, what we've seen so far this season. This is going to be as close to a modern day look at the Baltimore Ravens from the year 2000. If you guys didn't get a chance to see that team, this is about as close of a look of the Baltimore Ravens in the year 2000 that you guys are going to get to see here of what this team is in their quest to win a 3rd national championship. Handoff to Bill Bradford. And oddly enough, we do have a Heisman candidate on offense, so there you go. Bill Bradford's running has been stifled. Stifle, Archie, stifle. It's been stifled a little bit here after an early good run. We got an upset alert. What's going on? Northern Illinois. Boy, Indiana has been on upset alert for a number of weeks. They almost got beat by Hawaii of the Alliance last week. And, well, now Northern Illinois of the Northern Division in the Alliance. We got a Northeast. We got a Northern Division, a Southwest Division, Pacific Division. What, a Mountain Division in the Alliance? With a delayed handoff there to Aaron Price. Utah wants to get in that end zone. 1 touchdown for the #1 team in the nation is unacceptable at this point. Cross. Nice throw. Andrew Cross every once in a while can make the big play, and the senior Tommy Singleton. Man, he blew past 3 South Alabama Jaguars on that play. I don't know who they were expecting to have in coverage there, but my goodness. Cross. At the last minute, sneaks it in there to Brian Baldwin. Holy smokes. You hold your breath when Andrew Cross takes a throw. Sometimes he just delivers that thing with confidence. We got UNLV on the ropes here against who's a good FCS team out west? Portland State. Portland State's got UNLV shaking right now. He might be getting the big L. Big FCS L. We got Boston College, who had an early lead on Miami. They have fallen way behind. 3rd and goal. And Bill Bradford into the end zone. Say this, well, Bill Bradford, he might not be running as impressively as the other Heisman candidate running backs. And, of course, if you guys want to see the Heisman watch, if you want to see those stats and that previous discussion, you guys know you love it. Patreon.com/TVSports27 so you guys can see the discussion of the Heisman race and see who's a top contender. We got SMU of the Alliance, who has been to a couple of New Year's Sixes the last few years. They're looking like they might take an early loss after they've had some late undefeated seasons the last couple of years. But the thing that's helping Bill Bradford pad his stats is the touchdowns. He's getting 2 to 3 touchdowns a game, while the numbers, rushing-wise, might not be there. Certainly, those touchdowns are helping in the stat column with the Heisman candidacy. So South Alabama, they got to feel dejected right now because they had, oh my goodness, that was about as dangerous a throw as you can make, and Maurice Tate brings it in. They have been on, or they've had Utah on the ropes here, and now they just kind of allowed Utah to work their way back into this one. Screen pass out to, is that Drew McIntyre? My goodness, it's Clayton McIntyre. Not the Scottish Warrior, huh? Good numbers, though, for Lee. I mean, the yards obviously would like to be a little higher, but completion percentage, yeah, we mentioned the number 4 passing attack in the nation after week 1. But there is a quarterback sack. Adam Taylor. 36 is Adam Taylor. He's had a couple of nice sacks, has he not? Not just this game, but I'm talking about previous games. I think so. My goodness. Okay. 3rd and long here for the Jaguars. Lee, plenty of time in the pocket, and he finds Andrews, gets 18 yards. Holy moly, and they don't go for it. Wow. I think that's going to be a big topic of conversation in the post-game press conference. You're playing number 1 right now, right? You're not playing, I mean, conference play, okay, maybe. They've had a couple of times where they're in some pretty decent field position on 4th and short. And I'm the first one to say, especially in the NFL, teams that go for it as much as they do on 4th down is stupid. But South Alabama's had some 4th and short, so they've had some decent field position. And they've had number 1 kind of, you know, looking the other way. And they've given it right back. And Andrew Cross somehow avoids the sack. And he's going to rush forward for 10. Come just for it. He's definitely feeling the effects of some of the hits he's taken, without a doubt. He has been beat up early part of this season. And I think we get a touchdown here. We start getting into some clock chewing mode. You guys love. In fact, we might just jump into it right now. What do you guys think? Let's jump into it because we pretty much got most of this lead wrapped up. And we want to get into conference play with everyone healthy. We had some folks banged up against Stephen F. Austin, but they've come back today. No serious injuries. Nice run by Bradford. So especially in the rain, I think in a rainy situation, you're up by these multiple touchdowns. That's the last thing you want to deal with here. (26-7), number 1 on the road in the rain, completing a home series. And this would, you know, we wouldn't have any other games left on the schedule, like no more home and homes to finish out. That's something we've always been conscious of, trying to do it like they do it in real life, the home and home or the 2-1. And you guys can look at the entire 21-year history of the Utah Utes, the Wyoming Cowboys, and the Florida State Seminoles over on Patreon. And you can see on the scheduling for non-conference games, we absolutely kept it consistent with home and homes and all that. So you can go check that out and fact check me, but we absolutely did it to a T like they do it in real life. So how about that? So after this, we didn't have any game left on the schedule because we scheduled FCS, which those are typically one and dones, and we scheduled a neutral site game, which are also typically one and dones, with the rare exception. Sometimes you get a series out of it, and we did that in real life. We scheduled a home and home on the anniversary of our national championship game with UCF. We played them in Miami, which is where the national championship was, in a rematch, and we won. And then we played in a rematch in Denver, neutral site, and UCF won that one. They got us on that one, so. But after this series was done, you know, we didn't have any other games, but next season is going to be our final season. That unless the new college football 25 really sucks, then we might come back to this and keep playing with Code TV Sports. But I think you can only do 30 years, right? So we'd be, I think we're getting close to the end. Someone let me know if that's accurate in the comments. Is 30 years the limit? I know on Madden, 30 years is the limit. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of, but someone has to let me know in the comments if that is indeed the case here. So pretty much the rushing attack here. Winding out Florida State and Miami. Early scares, but looking like they're both going to take care of their opponents here in this one. Cross to Gardner. Again, Gardner had that really big first week against the Nebraska Cornhuskers, and we ran down a lot of clock on this. We went into clock chewing mode, and maybe for the pollsters, you're thinking maybe put up a few more points to look good on the scoreboard. Maybe don't go into clock chewing mode, but I think all things considered, we're looking like this is going to be a win. We're in the rain. We don't want to force any more big injuries here. Let's just try to get out of this one. Put some more points on the board, but try to sneak out of this one with a win. Time ticking down. Brian Baldwin is able to bring that one in the tackle, meaning we'll get to run another 40 seconds off this clock. This is unreal. Will Bradford, what a block. What a hit that was. Holy smokes. Touchdown, Utah. And if there's any doubt, there's no more. Number one is going to win again. How about 38 wins in a row? 36 was Nebraska, 37-38. I think I got the math right. Because we got 9 games left, right? 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47. Yeah, that would tie the Colorado Buffaloes. And then if we win the Big 12 championship, that would break the all-time record. So we are right there. Wow. Breaking news. And again, this is breaking news for February 28th, 2024. The 14-team college football playoff has momentum. So we haven't even played the 12-team college football playoff. And they're already wanting to add more teams. And I hate to say it, if you guys have been followers of me for a while, the BCS playoffs, I think I mentioned that. Hey, SK Money, welcome in, SK Money. I think I mentioned that years ago. When we got the 4-team playoff, I was like, that's great. That's great. And people said, oh, 4 teams. I said, oh, look at that. SMU came back. They're going to stay undefeated. How about that? I said they're going to get a taste of the 4-team playoff, and they're going to want a little more and a little more. We haven't even gotten to the 12-team. They already want a little more. They already want to go to 14. What's going on, SK Money? Glad to have you in the house. How's everything? How's big business? SK Money's the boss man. SK Money, he's wearing himself out. The man, SK Money, the hardest working man in the biz. 60, 70 hours this man putting in. I don't even know if he could stream 5 days a week, as much time he's putting in at the grind. Lee hit and sacked. As Jason Lyles, number 39. The cornerback coming in. We're going to be losing a lot of these guys. This is kind of the last year of a lot of these core pieces. A lot of seniors. Where last year we didn't lose too many. Most of our graduates were kind of players that weren't starters. We only lost a handful. I'm trying to remember who we talked into. I have to look at the archives on Patreon, but we talked somebody into staying. But then everybody else, like, they weren't too many big names, just like 3 or 4 big names that we lost to the NFL. So we still got a pretty good core here of this Utah team. But next season is going to be the big challenge where it's all going to change. And that could be the official final season of Coach TB Sports, putting the retirement in after 22 years of service of college football. The plan will be to go to NCAA or College Football 25. Should it be a good game, play it there. If not, we'll play NCAA 08. But we can always come out of retirement and play more of the Utah Utes. We'll have to see how it goes. But It's been a run for the Utah Utes for sure, with Coach TV Sports over 22 seasons worth. Here in the 2030 season. And Lee wide open. What happened? Lyles has to come in and get the tackle. That's kind of what was happening against Nebraska as we were giving up some of those wide open plays. The Jags probably like, man, we could have been doing this a couple of quarters ago. We'd be in a good spot right now. Woo, that was almost, you saw, it was that number 27. I couldn't get a number on him. Coming up, looking like they want to just steal that ball away for an interception. No turnovers again in this game, and that was something we mentioned. We didn't have any turnovers against Nebraska. We did have 2 against Stephen F. Austin, but for as good as this defense has been, we have not had a bunch of turnovers. So, you know, compare it all you want to Baltimore Ravens 2000 right now. We want to see some more turnovers for this team. Missouri and Arkansas going to overtime. Seward on the screen, and yes, he's able to push his way forward and get the first down. So how about that? South Alabama within striking distance here. Lee, yeah, smart play by Morris. How about that? Realizing I don't want to get tackled in bounds. We got 1 timeout. And Texas doing the SEC gauntlet right now. Since they joined their conference, they knock off LSU. Florida Atlantic gets the win over Georgia. Wow. So that'll put them, keep your eye on Florida Atlantic in the Alliance. There's a fumble. We were chastising them from up here in the booth. I see Jonathan Barrett down there. Shelton Russell picked it up. And it looks like Jeff Archie. Jeff Archie comes in, forces the sack. Shelton Russell is going to pick it up. And we are 1 running play, kneel down. Yeah, quarterback knee from winning 38 in a row, getting 1 step closer. We got to get 3 consecutive undefeated seasons. Boise State was close now back in their day. That's going to be a good one. Tennessee, Florida. You can check the results of that. We're going to go through the whole post-game show on Patreon. But Boise State, man, they had the back-to-back undefeated seasons with the 1 bowl loss in between. And then that 3rd year almost went undefeated before the loss to Nevada. So they were pretty close, but didn't quite get it done. 33-7, Utah is trying to do it. If we can get to Colorado and pick up the win, we can get the all-time NCAA winning streak record. Bill Bradford once again your player of the game for the 3rd week in a row, so maybe that'll help his Heisman candidacy. Thank you for tuning in, SK Money. The show does not stop here. This is a Hall of Fame career. Patreon.com/TBSports27. We are going to do a post-game show where we look at the scores from the top 25, including Florida and Tennessee. That's going to have big implications for the college football playoff. You guys remember we played Tennessee in the Rose Bowl last season. What is the setup this year in the college football play? Is it Fiesta and Peach Bowl? So it'd be, no, we did that. We did Fiesta Bowl 2 years ago. So it'd be sugar. It'd be sugar and orange, right? I think. I have to look. I have to look at the schedule. I think it is. Section 100. We're going to Canton. Wait a minute. Does Canton? Do you get to go to Canton in college football? I don't know. I think it is sugar and orange. No, it's rose. It's rose and sugar. Fiesta and peach and cotton. So we might go to Jerry's World again. I think it's cotton and orange. I don't know. I'll have to look it up. But either way, we're on the run. Thank you so much, SK Money. We're going to be going live on Patreon. Patreon.com/TBSports27. Check out the archives to get the post-game show on TB Sports. And we're going to see you in about 3 weeks on the other side when we get back to streaming with you. So enjoy your time. Enjoy us on Patreon. And we'll see you guys down. Well, maybe we'll see you guys in Canton. Maybe SK Money, you'll see us in Canton. We'll see you next time, everybody.